All right, let's jump right in. Throughout all of human history, our biggest, most powerful tools have done more than just help us build stuff. They've actually changed the way we see reality itself. They've been like a new pair of glasses, a new lens on the world. And today, we've got a brand new lens. And it might just be the most powerful one we've ever created: artificial intelligence.
You know, this idea isn't new. The theoretical physicist Eric Verlinde absolutely nailed it when he said this. He basically pointed out that our understanding of the universe isn't some fixed thing. It actually evolves right alongside our technology. In other words, what we can build directly shapes what we can even imagine.
So, to really get what's happening now, let's take a quick walk through history. You'll see this pattern pop up again and again, and it perfectly sets the stage for the massive shift we're living through right now.
Okay, so back in the 17th century, the cutting-edge tech was all about clocks and gears. So naturally, Isaac Newton saw the whole universe as this giant, predictable machine. Then, fast forward to the 19th century, the steam engine is everywhere, right? So its ideas, thermodynamics, totally influenced how Einstein started thinking about energy and mass. And then in the last century, computers arrived. And suddenly, reality started looking a whole lot like information. But today, oh man, today we've entered a whole new ballgame.
This is what some are calling the age of autonomy. And it's not just about AI chatbots. We're talking about systems that can learn, adapt, and just operate on their own. Think self-driving cars or even robots that organize themselves. And at the heart of all this is a completely new way of thinking. And trust me, it's nothing like how our brands work. And here's the absolute key difference. Think about how a human becomes an expert. What do? We go deep. We specialize. We spend our lives drilling down into one specific narrow lane. But AI, its knowledge isn't deep in that same way. It's incredibly, almost unbelievably broad. It sees everything, all at once, across every single field of science you can imagine.
And that is its superpower. You and I, we're like experts on a single tree in a massive forest. We know that tree inside and out. But AI, it's flying overhead, seeing the entire forest, the whole landscape. And from up there, it can spot these hidden pathways connecting trees that, to us on the ground, look miles apart. And this isn't some sci-fi future thing. It's happening right now. Get this, an AI model recently came up with a totally new scientific theory by connecting ideas from three completely separate fields. It figured out a common rule that explains how things, how they organize themselves. And I'm talking everything from a living cell to a robot we build to a literal star burning in space. That's a connection we humans, with our super focused expertise, had just completely missed. So what we're seeing here is AI's connection superpower. If you remember that old show by James Burke, this is kind of like that, but on steroids. Except instead of one brilliant historian taking months to find a cool link, you've got an AI scanning all of human knowledge and finding millions of them in seconds. It's just mind-boggling.
So let me ask you this. What on earth could astrophysics possibly have in common with biology and economics? I know, it sounds like the setup to a really weird joke, doesn't it?
For most of us, the answer is, nothing. They're taught in different buildings by totally different people. But an AI doesn't see fields or departments. It just sees patterns in data. And in that data, it can spot the hidden blueprints, the shared mathematical rules that might be exactly the same for how a star is born, how a cell divides, and how a market behaves.
This leads us to this really cool new strategy. Let's call it the Idea Collider. The plan is simple but powerful. We can now intentionally take concepts from totally unrelated fields, throw them into this AI, and basically just smash them together to see what kind of groundbreaking new ideas pop out. It's like a particle accelerator, but for concepts. Okay, so knowing what AI can do is one thing, but how do we actually use it? What's the real-world playbook for making discoveries in this new age? Well, it really boils down to three key strategies.
All right, so there are three big things we got to do. First, we have to completely reframe the kinds of questions we're asking. Second, we need to build real AI collaborators, treating them like partners, not just fancy calculators. And third, we've got to accelerate our institutions, because our old way of doing things is just too slow. So let's dig into that first one, because it's a biggie: reframing the problem.
So what does that even mean, reframe the problem? Well, it means we stop giving AI these tiny, narrow tasks to solve. Instead, we give it big, messy, ambiguous challenges. We ask it things like, hey, Go find the hidden rules that are secretly running this entire system. You see the shift? Our job isn't just about finding the answers anymore. It's about getting really, really good at asking the most powerful questions.
And this table here, man, it really sums up the entire shift. Look at the difference. The old way we did science, it was slow, it was stuck in its own little box, and it was all about finding the answer. The new way, with an AI collaborator, it's lightning fast, it's interconnected, and the whole point changes from finding an answer to discovering the best question. The outcome isn't just deeper knowledge in one little area, it's a huge, broad understanding that leads to brand new, totally unexpected solutions.
But beyond all these cool strategies, there's one final, really fundamental idea we need to talk about. This is the one that really defines our ultimate role in all of this, and it ensures that we as humans stay right at the center of this revolution. In fact, out of everything we've covered, this last point, this is the most important one. This is the absolute key to making this whole new partnership between humans and AI actually work for us.
And this says it all. Think about it. AI can show us a million different roads we could take. It can map out pathways we didn't even know existed. But, and this is the crucial part, it cannot and it should not tell us which road to take. It has no idea where we should go.
And that's our job. That's what we're here for. We provide the why. We provide the meaning, the ethics, the goals. So yeah, AI is the engine, maybe the most powerful engine for discovery ever built. But we are, and we must always be, the navigators. We hold the compass. So that leaves us with one final thrilling question. With this incredible new engine at our command and our hands firmly on the wheel, where do we decide to go? What's the first grand challenge we should point this amazing new capability towards? The possibilities really are just getting started.